Well. I see you took my advice, but you'll still need to keep what was given to you, as the scenes of horror grow even more unimaginable. Prince and Freddy will continue to be your tour guides on this carousel of hell, only as long as you keep your nightlight close by to keep the black-eyed children at bay, the poltergeist calm, and the night crawlers hidden. Hit the lights and sit back as we welcome you to Nightlight, a horror movie podcast.
I'm Prince, also known as Head Knight.
And I'm Freddy, also known as Nighty Night.
And this is Nightlight, a horror movie podcast. Keeping this month going.
It's
For
going.
the last summer, also known as our End of Innocence Horror Month. This has been a fucking insane month so far. It's been great. In order for us to ensure that we are able to fit all of these in before I head out on vacation for a week and we don't get shot behind, Freddy is going to go ahead and take over this particular episode where he'll be doing the notes for everything. And doing all of that, doing the jazz. But this is a first time watch for me. But before we jump in, we do not have any EVPs for this particular episode. If you would like to voice your opinions on the movies that we're covering, you can do so by heading over to patreon.com/nightlightpod, that's night with a K, and learn more over there. We would love to hear from you. It's been great hearing some voices in there. It's been controversial on some of them too. So it's been awesome having lots of opinions. But it's great to just know that like we are not the only ones providing opinions on these particular films that we're covering. I know it's all great and hunky-dory to hear us talk, but we also love to hear you guys talk as well. Plus, we love having you all a part of the show. So if you'd like to do that, head over to patreon.com so you can go ahead and learn more. All right.
Alrighty then.
We are covering Leviticus.
Leviticus.
I am so excited to talk about this movie. It's been one that has been rummaging around since I've heard about it in January. I do like this movie quite a bit. I'm just going to kind of nip that shit in the bud right now. It was a first time watch for me. But first and foremost, Freddy, thoughts? Second watch for you, right?
Second watch for me. I was very lucky enough to watch this in theaters, which I'm really happy about because I feel like not a lot of people got that opportunity.
Yeah, I was one of them.
I think people were still on the heels of Obsession and Backrooms, where that was to talk about everything. It still is, still to this day. I see nothing but.
June's a hard month for indie films. That's a tough month for indie films because we're starting blockbuster season. You know, a lot of people start getting ready for like the Marvels and then the big blockbuster hits like The Odyssey and stuff like that. So a lot of people are like slowing down going to the movies and stuff like that. And also, on top of that, it's fucking expensive. It's expensive to go to the movies for week after week after week after week. So like a lot of people were probably picking and choosing to be like, well, I know I want to watch IMAX The Odyssey. Right. So like I know I want to watch The Odyssey in IMAX or whatever. So therefore I think I'm going to hold off on Leviticus and just wait until that comes out or something like that. Because I mean, I get it, right? When it comes to the aspects of there being something as big as like The Odyssey, and especially if you want to see it in IMAX. Yeah. IMAX tickets aren't fucking cheap. They're almost $30. At least
more
here.
Than that.
I was gonna say at least where I'm at. At least where I'm at, it's around $28 plus tax, so around like 30 something bucks. Yeah. So it's expensive, and usually people like going to the movies with friends. So, you know, you're getting a list of tickets. So you're easily getting into the $100.
You're getting popcorn.
Exactly.
You might get some popcorn in buckets.
Yes. So like I can understand how people would probably skip out on Leviticus. Indie movies are super tough
which is a shame.
A June, for a summer release.
This movie is amazing. It is definitely one of those things where it's a little bit of a slow burn. This was actually I'm kind of lucky that I got this episode to write the notes for, because there's a lot of slow moments. There's a lot of quiet moments.
Yeah,
but it's very intimate. It's very
it's an easy movie to write too.
It's one of those movies where it feels very grounded and feels very personal.
Yeah,
and that's the beautiful thing about this movie too. We get two main characters that are really fucking great together, and the chemistry really works.
This movie literally came out the same day as Toy Story 5. So it was destined
overshadowed.
Exactly. It was destined to be overshadowed. The week before that was Disclosure Day, Spielberg's Disclosure Day. So
you got your Pixars, you got your blockbusters, yeah.
And then the week after that was Supergirl, which Supergirl didn't do great, but still.
Yeah. People were still going out to see it, big opening weekends, even though it kind of slowed down. But hey, this is why we're covering it. We're going to get more eyes on it. If you haven't seen it, I hope you guys see it. And if you've seen it, I hope you love the discussion that we're going to have of it, because there's a lot of good things in this movie.
A lot to love.
The acting's phenomenal. Cinematography is wonderful. I really enjoyed watching this a second time and really understanding the subtle score of the music of this movie as well. And really be like, I notice it a lot more now. Watching at home, dude, and I'm just like, the score is so good.
Beautiful.
Visually great too. There's some great moments in this movie where I'm like, I don't know how you guys pulled that off, because that looks like he is being choked by something. There's a lot of moments where I'm just like,
that shit was crazy.
This is pretty wild.
That shit was like nuts.
Everything looks like it's all in camera, and I'm just like, I don't know if you're making your neck look that way somehow, but it's okay. It's believable. Yeah. It's well crafted. It's well done. It's an easy, fun watch as well, where it's not too long. It's a perfect runtime. It's a really incredible story. It's probably one of the best love stories we've had all year as well. Yeah, no, I mean, this movie has a lot to dive into.
It truly does. It truly does. I'm right there with you, man. I love this movie. I think this movie was so fun. It was heartbreaking at times, and it had such an important message as well, where, you know, the aspects of what I kind of took away from this film. Obviously, take what both Freddie and I say, what certain things with a grain of salt, because like both Freddie and I are straight. So for us, we're like outsiders looking in, right? You know, so from what we've come to see, and from what we've come to possibly experience from as outsiders looking into this relationship between these two teenagers who have such internalized homophobia with themselves, and you know, kind of like this more outward look of being surrounded by a homophobic community, to where they literally have, I forgot what they call this fucking priest, but they have this guy who initially delivers them.
Yeah, he's literally the deliverance healer. He is.
There you go, deliverance healer. So like you know, like in aspects
piece of shit. Am I right? Yeah.
In aspects of this, you know, correlates with like conversion camps and conversion therapy and all this whole other stuff that is horrendous. Horrendous. So it's terrible that, like, you know, this movie has to kind of showcase this in the way that they showcase it, but it's beautiful at the same time, because it's able to kind of say something that I feel like a lot of like queer movies have to say, right? Like this film, better, you know, lack of better words there, but you know, this film does this so much on the surface that I think it's so beautiful. And I love the fact that it's called Leviticus, because Leviticus
from the Bible,
the book of,
essentially.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. The book of Leviticus, which is the third book in the Bible, and it was a part of the Old Testament, and this was a part of like Moses, right? So with all of this is where you kind of got that initial commandment of thou shalt not lay with man or whatever, right?
Right.
It doesn't,
the oppressiveness
say like that,
of
but
the start of the whole entire thing's like, it's not okay, which just breaks that mold, which is beautiful.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it has this like reverence to it, because like you get this aspect of, and we'll talk about this stuff, but you get the aspect of the puzzle with the goat,
sure,
and that being the scapegoat of atonement, right? You know, where that aspect of where the priest makes atonements for their sins, and therefore you have like this. It's something that really stood out to me, where I was just like, the symbolism in this movie,
and that's what makes the horror genre so great. It's the best genre to have symbolism and meaning, and how people feel fear of the world and people and their own feelings itself. This will be a good one to break down.
This definitely will be. You ready to jump into this, man? Because I'm so excited to talk about this.
All right, let's jump in. All right, Leviticus, directed by Adrian Chiarella. Hopefully, I pronounced that right.
I think that's close. I think that's close. Yeah.
Released June 19th, 2026, this year, for runtime of 1 hour, 28 minutes, a budget of $3.5 million, with a box office of 8.5. So I'm happy it made some money. It got better than its budget, so happy about that. Even happier to hear that Rotten Tomatoes is at 92%.
Let's go, baby.
Yes.
Let's go, baby.
Let's do it. All right. We open to the sounds of whistles and kids swimming in the pool as we hear the PA system going off that the pool is now closing and people have to get the fuck out of there. So we hear people leaving and laughing as we are cutting through all of the title sequences, as we hear it become more quiet, more as it goes, as we hear a door close behind everyone. We then see someone going past the showers, and it's the lifeguard. She walks past the showers as she begins to hear a shower turn on. As she quickly turns around to see who's there, she looks in and asks, "What are you doing here?" But us, as the viewer, we see that there's no one there. Then we cut to sounds of her and someone else having sex. As it turns from pleasure, it quickly turns into punishment, as she is pulled down and goes down out of sight as she begins to scream, and we hear loud thuds. We quickly see her grab the barrier of the wall in frame as she is pulled back down into the shower, screaming as we get our title card.
Damn. This is such a beautiful way to open this movie, man. This is absolutely insane. You see her, like, it almost looks like she's pleasuring herself and so on, but like she's kneeling down and she's standing back up, and then finally she's like slammed down to the ground, and it's
visceral, it's violent, it's
right, and all you do is hear this. Like, you're not seeing this happen. Like, all you can do is hear it, and I think that works very well for this particular film as well. But like, you know, this lifeguard, I believe we see their partner later in the film. Okay, so that I just wanted to make sure that was her partner that we see. So yeah, what was her name? Jessica, I think it was.
Yes.
Okay,
and we'll talk about her at the hospital and everything like that too. But which this movie has really great beats as well, of giving us a little information at a little bit of a time, so it's not all at once. We learn along with the boys in the movie of what's really going on. So it's really good at bringing you as a viewer as part of the journey, going with them to learn about this entity, essentially. But yes, we open quickly to a skull of an animal on the fence as we see the two boys poking a snake with a stick. Don't do that, guys. Everyone listening, don't do that.
It was a snake with a frog in its mouth.
Yes, which I'm sure there's some type of symbolism, but I haven't looked that up yet, but I'm sure there's something around that too.
It's another biblical reference. And one thing that I also liked behind this particular scene is that they're poking it with a stick, but like we have Naim like say like don't do that.
Exactly.
Yeah, like stop. And when Ryan is still kind of like poking at it a little bit, and you still see a little bit. Yeah, you see like he's trying to act initially tough. Right, like he's trying to act to be a little bit of a tough guy in this moment, because they're like play fighting and doing a lot of this stuff with each other. That
Ryan's the tough guy trying to show off a lot.
Right, exactly, showing a lot of sexual tension here.
He says something very important towards the end of the film about the snake again when they talk about it, but I'll bring it up when we get closer to that, because I feel like there's a lot of significance in that based on what happens to them afterwards too.
Yeah, we get a lot of frogs too in this movie as well. We get the dissecting of the frogs and all that stuff. So yeah, we get a lot of frogs. A lot of frog mutilation in this movie.
Poor frogs. Naim and Ryan are messing around as Ryan walks away, as Naim stays behind and sees the snake continuously eating the frog. They break into an empty mill factory as they goof around and start smashing things and throwing things around because that's what boys do, I guess. Making a huge mess and a lot of noise. Actually hearing this like metal clanging in the theater scared the hell out of me. Like the sound design was really good. Not as bad as at home, but I was just like, yeah, like they were going crazy.
I was like, oh god damn.
It's like, calm down.
Yeah, I was like, Jesus Christ, what's going on? Why are they doing this?
Build up aggression. Yeah, there's other ways to release stress.
He tries to pick up the tea pipe, and you're just like, there's no fucking way you can pick that up.
We'll talk about it too. And that's crazy moment. All right, so Naim can't pick up this huge pipe, just like you said. Ryan's like, get out of my way real quick. Let me show you how it's done. And he tries, but he can barely get it off the ground. A little bit higher than Naim, but as Naim begins to laugh at Ryan about it, as soon as he does that, Ryan's like, wait, don't move. There's a spider on you. And pretty much scares him. And they begin to play fight to the ground as Ryan is on top
I feel like
of Naim.
Naim was serious in this moment. Like,
oh, for sure.
Like Ryan for sure just like
pissed off.
Ryan was just like, dude, stop. Like, come here, sugar.
Come here.
Like,
Exactly. We're on the same page. But he pins him down as Ryan goes in for a kiss. Naim first rejects at first. He kind of pulls back a little bit. But then they go in and begin a full-on makeout.
They smooching all right.
They kiss as they look around and begin to grope each other as well. Naim freaks out a little bit as he kind of pulls back and says that they should go. Ryan then quickly agrees as they talk about it outside that it doesn't make sense because Ryan ignores him at school and treats him different when they're together.
This is such an intriguing moment to me because we get Naim looking at himself in the mirror and he's like physically seeing what Ryan is doing to him. And
it scares him.
It scares him, exactly. Once again, it goes back to that internalized homophobia, right? Yeah. Where he's just like, oh, this feels so right. And then when he sees it, he's just like, but we shouldn't be doing this.
Because I've been told not to do
Christians.
This. Yeah, exactly.
We're like, what are we doing? And that's how I felt at that moment. And then we get it again from Ryan's perspective, where Ryan doesn't want to be seen together in public, which makes the bus scene that much more beautiful.
Okay, perfect. We'll get We're on the same page there, too. Yeah. He continues talking about everything as they're very flirtatious about it. They even begin to wrestle again with each other as they continue down the path.
I like how the wrestling is also like just like pent up tension between them.
Oh yeah, it's playful. It's not like they're fighting. Yeah.
No, but it's their way of also getting out that testosterone a little bit instead of them being able to actually have sex with one another. I love how that kind of works. We saw something similar in Moonlight. We had the wrestling between the two, and then they get to the beach and so on. So like it's something that's just so beautiful about.
It's playful.
Yeah, when it comes to that attractiveness between two men, and especially two men who are a little bit more masculine, they have this playful nature to them. But at the same time, I also think that playful nature, that what they're doing, comes from that also that internalized homophobia that they also have. Right? Because it's just like, well, we're men. We have to do this. We have to play fight. We have to push each other. I don't play fight. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not playing fighting with nobody. Like, if we play fighting, then we're really fighting. It's just like, it's not going to happen.
Real fights only.
Yeah, exactly. I remember in college, we would have this thing. It was so stupid. I never did it, but like we would have this thing where every night, only the boys, they would invite the girls over, but only the boys would be having like this wrestling match inside the dorm, and it would be in the living room. They would push all the couches out of the way, and it would turn into like an arena.
Interesting.
And everybody always wanted me to go against this kid named Isaac. They always wanted me to go against him.
Oh, Isaac.
And, Isaac. And every single time they wanted me to, they would be like, Prince, come on. And Isaac was like so ready, and I was just like, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I don't think I would enjoy this. Like, I don't think I could be playful or just be like no hard feelings after this.
Right. It's like you hit me some type of way, I'm coming swinging.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to knock Isaac out if it comes down to it. You know what I'm saying? So it's just,
you make one wrong move, I'm taking it the wrong way.
Yeah, and it was because Isaac and I were kind of the same build. Like we're both like kind of short and a little scrawny and stuff like that. So like everybody was like super excited to see that, and I was just like, yeah, that's not happening. Not with me. And Isaac was trying to like rile me up a little bit. He was like, oh, you're a little bitch. I was like, see, that's the type of shit I'm talking about, dude. Like I don't find that shit funny.
Gonna hurt you. Yeah.
Like,
it's like say it again. See what happens.
So yeah, it was one of those situations, but it just kind of reminds me of that. It's also a funny story. This kid, I'm not going to say his name, but he had a crush on one of the guys, and they ended up making out. So I was just like, and it's funny because he's the one who started it, who said like we should do this, and he picked that person.
Let's show him how it's done.
Come on, and I was just like, well, there we are. Shout out to it. I hope they're well. I hope they're well. They tried not covering it up, but they tried to be like
discreet about it.
Not even that. They just tried to be, homophobic. It was just like, I'm not gay and all this other stuff. So like they were like that, and like all of us were just like, dude, whenever you're ready.
It's like it's good.
Whenever you're ready, and sometimes I get it. Some people just like to experiment. Yeah. That's fine. So I get it.
Absolutely. They continue walking down the street with their bikes as we see the two boys in the neighborhood quiet, and there's a lot of moments of silence, and I will point that out in a lot of different moments because the mom talks about silence as a thing as well. And we'll talk
That's
about
right. Yeah. That being one of the reasons why they moved and found this community. Right. Mm-hmm.
But yeah, they see the factory mill from a distance as we see smoke coming out of the chimney in the background. Ryan says to not say anything about what happened in the mill. Naim also agrees that they will see each other later as Ryan walks to his house away from him. Then we cut to a preacher giving a sermon to a crowd of people. Naim and Ryan are in the crowd as well. They're doing a baptism for a baby. The choir sings a song as everyone starts swinging their hands in the air, just like they don't care.
Hey,
who loves you, Jesus? Who loves you, Jesus?
Jesus Christ!
It was like a metal concert.
I know, yeah. It would be so fucking funny. Okay, this would be so hilarious if I don't know if you remember the video of the Cholo who was like doing the videos of him dancing for Jesus.
I don't think so.
Oh my fucking God.
I'm not saying that.
May, if you can, please.
Show dancing for Jesus. Right here.
He was like, I do it for the power of Christ. And he's like, beep, boop, boop, beep, boop. And he's like, it's so fucking good. Jesus. It's so good.
It's like across. It's
so good. Oh my God.
But yeah, definitely feels already like cult-like a little bit. I hate to say it, but
whoa, 100%, dude. It's a tiny church. First of all, very tiny church.
They're all like in sync, waving their hands in the air. It's like,
exactly.
We love this song. We love it.
Yeah,
preach to us.
If we're gonna be real, like it isn't, kind of.
Yeah, we don't have to say
it, but we don't mean any offense to anybody. We're obviously joking around, but the aspect of like what's happening in this room, it truly is something miraculous because of the fact that like we see them all kind of in sync, unison, clapping along, singing, whatever. They was jamming too, I'm not gonna lie.
Unison and community. There's a lot of togetherness in this, like where everyone's super close to this, everyone believes the same thing, everyone's super close to each other, and they're in sync.
Except for Naim and Ryan. Naim and Ryan are both, just standing there and kind of looking at each other, right? Like this is right before we meet Hunter and Izzy. Yeah, I do like the fact where like the Naim was kind of joking with his mom, Arlene, and he was just like, how old do you think she was? And she was like, definitely 12 or like 14 or some shit like that.
Pretty much the mom wants him to make friends because they're new days. Like, hey, you should hang out with this person. Do you like this music? What type of subgenre was it? I was mispronouncing it. Whoa.
It was sci-pop.
Sci-pop, yeah, exactly. Yeah. As they're continuing having this conversation, the pastor introduces himself and his son, Hunter. He begins to talk to his mom as we cut to Naim back on his bike to the mill.
I felt like something was missing there.
in between scene or something like that. Like something
it felt like something was kind of missing there for me. I was just, it was so abrupt. It was such an abrupt edit that I was like, oh man, I wish I would have gotten a little bit more interaction from Naim and Hunter for what happens next
later
to hit harder.
It's like have them have a conversation on the side or something like that. Just a little quick little intro.
Something, yeah, just them getting to know each other or whatever. Just
or maybe set up a little bit of the jealousy. Is like, oh, I see that you've been hanging out with Ryan. Hunter asked that question or something like that. I don't know.
Exactly, something. Yeah, something that's just like land a little bit more because it just feels weird what Naim does to me. It just feels a little out of place for his character for who he's set up as.
Right. Or, I mean, they're so disconnected that he feels comfortable by just, like, doing it. But, that too. But, yeah, they're both back at the mill. They lay down, smoking a joint across from each other. And it's kind of like his face is near his feet, and his face is near the other guy's feet. So they're kind of across from each other.
Sleepover style.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, sleepover style for sure.
As they're smoking and having fun, they're making fun of the church, essentially, vibing out and just hanging out. He says that his mom told him that one day he will believe in something he can't see. Foreshadowing, I think so. He apologizes about the story as he begins to sit up. Brian begins to sit up as well and asks if he actually likes this place, and he means the town, moving here. He says no, he's pretty much stuck in this shithole. Then Ryan asks if there's anything about this place that he likes. He begins to sit up closer to him and says nothing as he begins getting closer and closer. Then they begin to kiss as we cut to him daydreaming in the car with his mom, just looking up at the clouds and kind of being like euphoric of the memories he just made with Ryan. Back at the church, we see stories being told about death and life, and within the silence, that the silence makes people feel safe.
I love this, man. I love this because of the aspects of there's so many layers to this right here, because you have the aspect of like, keeping secrecy for your relationship, right? Being silent about it, just keeping it between closed doors, right?
That
and
line
not being able to expose
is
it.
so good.
It's so good, and even that, and it plays beautifully for what that previous scene was, with them being able to have this moment, this very tender and intimate moment with one another inside of the mill, and then we get this aspect of like being silent, you'll find solace and blah, 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 and all this other stuff. And Arlene, that's all she seeked after her husband died. That's all she wanted. She just wanted silence to feel safe, to not have to have the constant person come up and say like, how you've been, blah, 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 blah. When, it can get tiresome.
For sure.
I know like when my mom died, that was something that would be tiring for me, because one, me and my mom were estranged, so like it was hard to talk about that, because it's just like I don't know how I feel, dude. I just feel like I don't know, like I don't know.
Leave me alone.
So I can understand for someone in Arlene's shoes, where it's just like, well, I don't want to have to constantly do that, and it was a very selfish thing for her to move because of Naim not really wanting to. Like, you can tell, like, Naim didn't want to move, and he eventually obviously got around to it. He was just like, yeah, I got Ryan. But it's even then, there's aspects of them going on the bus and there's a lot of transportation happening, where there's a lot of sense of escapism within this movie. It's really, really fascinating.
I love it. It works so well.
Yeah, I will admit, not my favorite performance by Mia Wasikowska. I think that's how you pronounce her name, but it's not my favorite performance from her.
It's very subtle. It's a very
subtle performance. It's a little softer than I thought. Like when she is like yelling or reprimanding Naim, it doesn't feel as powerful, I think, as I've wanted.
I feel like just her as a person is just exhausted by everything.
Exactly, that's what it felt like. Yeah, it just felt like she was just exhausted. Maybe that's
could be feeling realistic.
Yeah, maybe that's what she could be feeling. Exactly, but it just felt a little out of place compared to like someone like Rod, for example.
Sure,
Pastor Rod, when he very, very explosive personality.
Right. And then later on has like that
son.
emotional look. We'll talk about it.
Yeah, we will. We definitely will.
There's some good moments with him too. Back in school, Naim is taking a class but keeps looking back at Ryan behind him. Outside, he walks around as we begin to hear some birds crow. He walks to Ryan's house to surprise him and looks through the window to see if he's home, but nothing. He hears some noise from the back, so he goes to the backyard and sees him and someone else throwing rocks at each other as they get close to each other after throwing several rocks at each other and then begin to make out. And this is Hunter.
Those without sin cast the first stone. That's what I took from it. It's just them stoning each other.
Well, I feel like it's like this is our punishment for being together.
Exactly.
That's how I took
it. That's what I mean.
Exactly that.
Because like you would stone someone if as punishment, and I think they both were doing this
to be with you. Yeah,
exactly. This felt very Saint Maud to me, and I love how this was shot. Like, oh my god, the way this was shot.
To lay it out, there's like laundry lines with some towels and cloths kind of blocking your view of who the person is. And every now and then, the wind will start blowing and starts revealing who it is as they get closer and closer as the clothes never dry. That's it.
Oh,
I'm just kidding. They make out.
They mix the colors with the black clothes.
No, all the colors, all the white shirts are pink. God damn it!
Who bleached my black shirt?
Yeah, it's like I said, this movie's super well shot, super well crafted,
beautifully shot movie. Who was the cinematographer for this? Because Jesus fucking Christ, Tyson Perkins.
Killed it.
You, sir, wow. You fucking nailed this shit, man. Because god damn, what else have you worked on? Now I'm curious.
By the way, this is his directorial debut, too, for the director, which is insane, as this is your first movie. So we'll hopefully see many more. We'll see.
We hopefully will. Tyson Perkins also worked on another film back that was released in 2024 at TIFF called Went Up the Hill that was directed by Sam Van Grinsven. It looks beautiful, though. It's gorgeous. Cool. It's with Dacre Montgomery.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, he's a good actor.
It looks beautiful. Very tender looking movie. I've never heard of it either, but it's a very tender looking movie. Very soft, but visually just absolutely stunning. It looks like here. Very similar to Leviticus, actually. Very similar to Leviticus. So great cinematographer here.
I can't wait to see more from. I hope they work together again because they really made something come like. Really
I hope so too. Because goddamn, this was fucking incredible. Just everything, man, everything incredible. I'm a huge fan of like cinematographers who go from the pipeline of doing like music videos to film. It's just such a cool pipeline to me.
Yeah, and working with a good editor and just making it so good. Naim is not doing so good. He's completely heartbroken, seeing Ryan with someone else. He runs down the street and stops as he goes down to his knees, brokenhearted, begins crying, breathing air in as he looks back and just stays there for a moment, living in the moment, looking back at everything. Then we cut back to his house with his mom on the phone. And I would put here, the scene is silent. He's back at home. Silence is keeping him safe as everything is muted as his mom begins to walk around as you're supposed to hear sound, but you never do. He walks down the street and I even put here, the whole color scheme of the movie changes where now all of the colors are now gone and everything's a lot more gray. He heads to someone's house as we then know who it is as he is inside talking to the pastor.
This is fucking crazy. Like this, him doing this was such a bitch ass move to me.
Oh, 100%. I get it. You're heartbroken. You're feeling some type of ways. Like I want to get some type of revenge. Fucked up. No matter what.
Like, dude, that is so fucked up. When he did this, that's why I said I would have loved a scene with him and Hunter first, because I felt like this would have made more sense for him to do this. Because I feel like what, you've been hanging out with Ryan for, let's say, a few weeks, right? And by you hanging out with Ryan, of course,
no relationship is really established, but he feels like it's like,
he feels entitled to call Ryan his boyfriend, which I get. That's totally fair. But at the same time, for him to do this, not only to tell not like Ryan's family, but Hunter's family, when Hunter is the son of the pastor of the church.
Right. He knew what he was doing.
Shit.
And I know he immediately regrets it. And I do understand he's also just a kid.
Damage is done.
Damage is done.
Damage is done.
And I didn't put here, it's like he heads to the pastor house knowing what we know what he's about to do.
It was so fucked up. When he did this, my jaw was on the ground. Yeah. I was furious. I fucking hated Naim after this.
Yeah.
Like I hated him after this. I was so fucking mad at him.
Which they do a good job of making him feel guilty about it throughout.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. He felt bad about it.
Yeah.
Took him a while to tell Ryan, but he felt bad about it. And I was so furious for him. And I was like, Ryan, 100%, you deserve better. Hopefully Hunter's a good guy. Even though Hunter seemed like a dick, but I think that was just his face. Because he didn't do anything to come off as a dick.
Bad, yeah.
He didn't do anything. It's just
even when
his
we
face.
have the conversation later, it's not bad.
Yeah, his face just kind of, he just has like RBF or something, but like it's just
like, he looks like a little shit, you know.
He looks like he would just be trouble.
He has one of those faces that you look like a bully.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Like he looks like a bully, and I think that's why like I was immediately standoffish from Hunter, but maybe Hunter was the right choice. I don't know.
But then we learned that Hunter has not the best friends that do really fucked up shit.
Oh, Macca. Yeah, Macca and his crew.
But yes, essentially the pastor's son is Hunter. So I even put here is like, this is about to be interesting. The pastor asks him why he's here. He then says, can you please not tell Hunter that I'm here, that he came by?
His fucking sister is there too.
Yeah.
Izzy's
sister,
there.
Mom, everything.
Yeah. This is when she's working on the puzzle of the goat. And like I said, the scapegoat. So like this is him kind of utilizing this as a scapegoat. Once again, that internalized homophobia, right?
Right.
So he's utilizing this moment as his scapegoat moment. So it's just that beautiful correlation between us having the goat that she's building a puzzle out of.
It's like a black goat too, so it's also devilish and
so it's, exactly, a little more sinister.
It's like seeing the full picture is a sin essentially of what's happening in this situation.
Shout out to the actress who plays Izzy though. She's not utilized much in this film. She has a very important role, but she's not utilized as much besides being more of a facial actor. But she is still a very powerful aspect within this movie. But do you know who this is?
She's in another movie, right?
She is in another movie, but this is Tominson's Mackenzie's little sister.
Don't know who that is. I probably know who it is, but I just
you know Tominson Mackenzie. She was in Jojo Rabbit, Last Night in Soho.
Okay. Yeah, I see her
she's
face.
an old. Yeah. So
that's her sister. Oh, that's
her sister. Yeah. So her name is Davida Mackenzie. So yeah.
Interesting. We see Ryan get in trouble with his parents as well as they bring him home. Back at the church, they prepare something for Hunter and Ryan that they will try to make it stop, is what they say. Hunter asks basically what's happening. They are both kneeling and seeing how they're asked about how they're doing with this random guy in front of them. And this is the deliverance healer, essentially. The healer then acknowledges that Hunter is cold, and that's a good thing. That means they're close to God. So every time
they're like
cold,
kind of making fun of it too, right? Like they're like kind of like they're like, this is bullshit. Like whatever.
Like it's kind of cold in here. Yeah, they're kind of boys being boys right now. But then he begins his ritual on them. He asks if they feel the healing, and they both say no. Still playing around with it. That they are just cold, and that's apparently the power of God getting closer. The person says all of their lust and all of their indecency and all their desires, it has to go now. Not tomorrow, but now. He lights a Zippo as they stare at the flame intensely and continuously looks at it intensely as he says, by the power of the holy flame, make new what was defiled. One defile and one to reform. He closes it as it seems to put them in a trance. They begin to choke, and you can even see the strain in their throats as you see their veins pop. They both collapse as the parents are concerned and come to them. Everyone is asking what is happening. They begin violently shaking on the floor, spitting out their own saliva. The healer prays for their judgment and let the fire fall now. Ryan then screams.
This will scare the shit out of me.
Oh, this is a terrifying scene, and it's great. Well, I'll also talk about this. Fucking phenomenal editing in this movie. As Naim leaves the room quickly as he can't handle watching this anymore, as we continually hearing Ryan scream in the background. And now we're back in the car with his mom in silence.
Ugh. Nah. Yeah.
This scene is
This
wild.
is brutal, dude. This is brutal. What a beautiful way to just like fucking.
This is intense.
Oh my god, to have them be, and it's not even like, it almost looks like it's a possession, right? Like it's like it's looks like it's a possession, but it's just kind of like ripping them apart in terms of this ritual that he performed for them to be stalked by the person that loves them most or whatever. Yeah, or the person they love the most.
Darkest thing ever in the world. It's like
brutal.
The thing that's going to hunt you is the thing you love the most. It's like, what?
Oh, that's rough.
That's
rough.
Great concept, but fucking scary as hell. Naim is crying in the car as we begin to cut to the science class where they are dissecting a frog, and we see Ryan pretty much dissecting his, as we see a bunch of asshole fucking kids throwing frog guts at Ryan as they bully him and whisper mean things.
So this is Macca and his crew. Yeah, so Macca was friends with Hunter.
Yeah.
He was friends with Hunter, but obviously Hunter's not hanging out with him right now. What's interesting about Leviticus itself is that the book of Leviticus is consistently obsessed with the aspect of either being clean versus unclean, like the individual. It could be by bodily discharge, skin disease, sexual conduct, dietary laws, whatever. It has this issue with defilement for yourself and others, and it's really fascinating to see that correlation within this movie, that thread line through this movie. And it's fucking incredible, man. It's fucking incredible. It truly is this really fascinating aspect. I had to look it up because I couldn't remember the actual verse here. In Leviticus 4:5, there's like this offering of sins where when you have this particular rite, you purge of your sins, and the sins could be skin disease, sin generally, and that correlation with having the deliverance healer being this person to initially essentially cleanse them by summoning this monster to, or monster in quotation, summoning what they love most is fuck, man. God damn.
Whole the
symbolism in this movie is incredible.
Yeah.
Incredible symbolism.
Back with Naim and his mom, they go inside a store and they run into Ryan getting a Slurpee. There we go. He says hi as he's getting a Slurpee. Ryan says that no one will find out about them if that's pretty much something he's worried about. And Ryan says that they have to stop what they're doing. Before they can have a full-on conversation, his mom calls out to him as Ryan storms out of the store. Naim looks from the inside as he leaves. Naim then goes back to Ryan's house as he looks at Ryan talking to someone in his backyard, and then again, we see that there's no one there. Ryan tells the invisible person to come on as they go inside. The back door closes as Naim comes around the corner to see what's happening. Ryan then exits from the front and leaves the house, seemingly with someone, but no one's there. Naim does follow him to a skating rink as he continues to talk to someone invisible, and this is Ryan talking to someone invisible. They head towards a photo booth inside the place, as that's where Ryan is going to go take some photos. Naim is sneaking outside of the photo booth to see what is happening as there are photos being taken from inside, and Naim quickly grabs the photos from the outside slot to see that there is no one there with Ryan. It's just him in different types of poses. Some girls laugh in the background to distract Naim, but Ryan then begins to shriek as Naim opens the curtain quickly to see him levitated up in the corner being choked by an invisible force.
Oh, God.
And it looks terrifying. Visually.
Imprint
fucking
and everything. God damn. Like, it reminded me of Invisible Man. Like, I know a lot of people compare this movie to It Follows.
Yes.
Which I get, I understand, because like, yeah, this thing is following you, but it feels very different to me still. Like, you know, I was going in with that expectation, and I think that's why it feels so different to me, because It Follows was like, it just had no rhyme or reason. It just was doing it. And this has a rhyme and a reason. Like, the thing I feel like I compare this more to would probably be, and this was based off the interview, and I see it, would be The Thing.
Oh yeah.
You have this aspect of like familiarity where you know this person, but yet they're not the person that they say they are. It's something else inhabiting them. It's threatening. And it's threatening because you're supposed to trust that person.
Right.
And that's where I feel like I correlate more of what this movie feels like to me. I get why people consider this very similar to It Follows, though. So, like, I get it.
A lot of people even said, it's like, oh, It Follows watch for this movie to run. I was like, okay, cool. Right on.
I don't know if I necessarily agree with that. As much as I don't like It
movie.
Follows,
I don't know.
I don't know if I necessarily agree with that. But like, I can understand where they're coming from. Yeah.
As they continue, he runs away from the photo booth as he's able to escape whatever was choking him and gets out of there. And at this point, he's also very shirtless, and we see these big scratches on his back as well. So fully attacked.
Bro was ready to get it the fuck on inside that photo booth.
Fair
like,
as
he
well.
was ready. He was just like, I'm primed.
We haven't talked about the photos, but the photos is like implying that he's making out with someone.
He's making out with someone. Yeah. But in the photos, it's incredible in the way that they do the photos, because like you see his cheeks are pushed, like someone's like holding his cheek, like, you know, to push him in closer to kiss, harder or whatever. And it's really well cool crafted. That you can see the touch aspect within this as well. But I used to work for a photo booth company, and I would have to. This was right before I worked at Apple, and I would work at this photo booth company for about almost a year. And my job was literally, I was to deliver the photo booths to parties, and I would have to I would have to be there for them. I would have to be there for the photo booth and all this stuff. The parties I've gone to are fascinating.
Weird. Gotcha.
The things that have those people have done inside those photo booths. Interesting, to say the least. I'll just say
memories were made.
Bleach was my best friend. I would hate it because like it would always, their parties, so they would happen at night, and then I would have to literally drive to Treasure Island and drop the photo booth back off. I couldn't just take it home, and I would have to drop it back off at our factory or our warehouse. And when I would drop it off, I would have to upload the photos that people took, and I called someone sucking dick in there. It's just, like, I saw lots of nudity in there. Like, it's just wow. It was just something else, man. I just was like, wow. There's wholesome. I'm not gonna name the company, but you know, just because. I'm sure we shouldn't have those photos. Okay. Shouldn't have those photos, but yet they do. So there you go. There you go.
There you go.
Oh man, sorry. Go ahead and
essentially, Ryan notices that Naim is there and tells him to leave him alone, and it was just that it's him that he needs to get away. Essentially, Naim looks back at the photos to see that there's no one there as Ryan just storms off. At the gas station shop, we see Hunter cooking as he meets up with Naim in the back of the shop. He asks Hunter if the healer worked, and Hunter wonders why he's even asking in the first place. He begins to leave as Naim asks if it worked on Ryan. He says that Ryan still visits him after his shift and throws things at him, and realizes that they should stop. His mom calls out to him as Hunter begins to leave. At night, we see Naim walking down the street as we see the mill in the distance with a chimney with now on fire instead of smoke as he turns back around. Back at the shop, he sneaks in as the shop is now closing because he wants to see if Ryan is going to visit Hunter tonight. He sneaks his way into the shop that is now closed at this point and hides from Hunter, who is cleaning up, and locks the door behind him. So Naim is now stuck fucking inside.
Naim is straight up stuck inside this goddamn store. And I'm just thinking to myself, you didn't think this one fucking through now, did you, Naim?
Hide outside. It's hide outside.
Come on, brother. Yeah. What are you doing?
He sees from the big window Hunter coming around the front. As he begins to see someone in the distance, Hunter sees someone and begins to throw something at him. He throws something right back at him, and it gets hit again. Hunter then begins to make out with someone invisible as he's now becoming attacked and grabbed and dragged away, all in front of Naim, seeing it all from the inside, from the big window, as we just begin hearing screams from Hunter as he's being dragged into the distance, as Naim is finally able to get outside as he breaks through the door and can't even see him. Only thing he sees is darkness, screams, and a dragging sound of his body going the distance.
This was all just such a fantastic way that they conveyed the aspect of something's off. Something's not right here. Something, because the way that they do this
is out of frame as well, which is
right. That's what I was about to say. The way that they film this is, it seems like, oh, you should be able to see someone, but it's too dark and they're a little far away and all this other shit. But it's
out of view, out of sight, out of mind, and then it gets right in front of you, and it's oh, it's gone. He's being dragged to his death. But the next day we see a dead, severed head of Hunter in the middle of the field.
Can you imagine if it was a live severed head?
That is true. I don't even know why I say dead, severed head. It's implied. That's fair.
It's implied.
I don't know. Headless Horseman, he still be riding around.
That's true. That's true. He's running around somewhere. Sleepy Hollow.
Sleepy Hollow. We'll cover that one day. I think we are at some point.
I think this was such an effective scene when we see his head just in the grass.
Brutal. It reminded me of Hereditary.
I was just about to say that. It reminds me of Hereditary.
Dirty, just gritty,
you can tell it looked like someone severed his head and started playing fucking soccer with it. It's just it's brutal.
Yeah. Fucking brutal. Playing soccer is wild. Naim is at the police station trying to tell the person what happened and that something killed him. They ask pretty much everything is okay at home because that's pretty much what causes him to say these type of things that might not be true. He explains that he felt it the same way he felt it at the photo booth, and that it's coming after Ryan and they must save him. That is going to kill him. She doesn't really listen to him as she begins to leave, but he begins explaining that he's been having a feeling of being scared of something ever since they've moved here, that him and Ryan share that same feeling, and that they actually got together, and it was exciting, but it made him feel even more scared. They talk about tracking down the deliverance healer as the lady says that they will look into it as she begins to walk away. But Naim quickly notices that she begins talking to his mom about the entire situation, and she's now telling her pretty much everything.
The jig is
as
up.
He looks back at her as they continue to drive down the road.
She looks pissed.
Oh,
she looks pissed.
She looks pissed, but also just disappointment.
Exactly. Yeah. She just looks like pure disappointment on her face. Because it also, this kind of almost is his way of revealing to his mom that I'm also gay.
Yeah.
It was that aspect of
because he shared to the therapist / cop / investigator, whoever the bitch is. I don't know. She was awful.
Whoever she is.
It's
she was terrible.
Confidentiality does not mean anything to you.
Well, I guess he's underage. I don't know what it is in Australia, but here, in the U.S., when you're underage and you're speaking to cops, technically they have to tell your parents. But at a hospital, they don't. You can share things in private with doctors, and they don't technically have to tell your parents. So
again, we get another scene with them driving down the road in silence. More silence. But this time, they don't arrive home. They fucking park in front of the church as we see the deliverance healer is there. And I even put betrayal by the mother. How dare she? People like
this also
this was so
destroyed
scary.
Me, dude.
Yeah.
When this happened, as soon as he got into the car, I immediately knew. I was like, she's gonna take him to the fucking healer. She's gonna take him there. Like there's no way
she got that
about
healer on speed dial. She's like 100%. Let's set it up. When did she make that phone call? I don't know. That was a quick turnaround time.
I felt like she always knew.
Yeah.
Her son was gay, and she was silent about it. She never asked him. She never said anything. She never asked questions. She never wanted to be present in his life when it came to.
She just makes the choices for him to protect him, quote unquote. Right. Yeah.
Yeah, and instead, her thinking that she's protecting her son.
It's really protecting herself in a way.
And exactly. She's just 100% thinking about herself in these moments. And like I said, she's an extremely selfish person.
Yeah.
She just, all she thinks about is herself in these moments. And it fucking sucks.
Heartbreaking.
Because like her son wants to have that relationship with her. Like you can tell he yearns for that relationship with her, but she just will not give it to him.
Right. There's such a disconnection between the two of them, and we'll talk about it later on where he like sleeps on her floor and stuff like that, where it's just like it's still a boundary between them. But yeah, she even explains that people like Ryan and himself can't be lost to this, and she apologizes. The healer begins coming closer to the car as he opens the door, but the pastor and the healer grab him and take him away. He screams that it killed Hunter, but she just sits there in the car in silence once again. Inside, they do the ritual on him. He focuses on the flame, and he even collapses the same as the other two boys. We cut to see some power lines and fields as we hear the incantations in the distance, and pretty much he's kind of, it's like an over voice or voiceover while seeing the power lines in the field, which I feel like there's some symbolism there, but I can't really put my like finger on it. But
I just took it as like, that parallel between nature and nurture kind of thing. It's just like nurture is something that you need to want, like you need to want to nurture something. You just don't automatically have that. That's what I took for the symbolism for the power lines, where like the power lines itself, like it doesn't just work exists. Like so it doesn't just exist. Like someone has to do that and it has to provide power and so on and so forth.
Right.
But like the aspect of the field with nature being nature, like it's kind of inevitable. It also pictured as like a symbolism as like, because I feel like when you and I were kids growing up, and when people would be like, gay is wrong and blah 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 blah, and they would say the like, and I'm sure a lot of people still probably think this, when they'd be like, oh, being gay is a choice. And that's how I picture where it's like the field is going to grow and the field is going to die and the field is going to do whatever it needs to do to provide for the field. However, that aspect also comes to humanity, where it's just like, we didn't choose to be straight. We were born that way. Same person who's gay, they don't choose to be that, like they're born that way. So it's just like I just that's how I kind of took it, at least, where it's just like but yeah, I'm sure I'm way off and I'm probably reaching a little bit, but like there's just so much aspects of like symbolism that I feel like you can interpret this whatever you need to interpret it as to get there. But yeah,
we do cut now to the funeral reception of Hunter as people are gathered around eating food, as Naim is being pretty much traumatized by his mom coming up to him like, oh, you want some food? I took the olives off, blah blah blah.
Trying to be fucking
Get
normal.
Get the fuck out of here.
And you're just like, you made me endure so much pain and you don't know what you just did to me.
Oh, literally. Ugh. Or she does, technically knows somewhat, a little bit. We'll talk about that too. He walks outside as he sees other people in the backyard, but sees Ryan at a distance by a tree outside the fence line. He runs up to him as he's saying that he's been looking for him. Ryan wants nothing to do with him. They are both alone past the fence. He explains what happens to him, and what happened to him, which was the ritual was done on him, but doesn't know what to do about it. Ryan then pulls him in from his head for a kiss, and they start to fully make out again. Ryan then fully attacks him and pushes him against the fence, lifts him up, and throws him breaking the fence through to our sponsors.
I like how no one heard this.
Yeah.
Wait, can you? No. I'm saying in the party.
Oh, I thought it was me.
No. You're good. No. I'm saying at the party. I like, or not the party. Excuse me, the funeral. Like, it's just like he literally fucking broke through a fence, and it's just no one came down and be like, "What the hell was that?" Like, it's just he didn't look like he was that far away from the funeral reception, right? So
like 50 feet.
I just thought that was pretty funny. I also thought it was like pretty ballsy for Naim to do that, to start making
not
out
that far away too
with Ryan, and it's just like a few feet away from the reception. Yeah, I just thought that was pretty funny.
As they hit the ground, Naim manages to get away as he runs back up to the crowd screaming for help as he points at his attacker, but everyone looks and no one's there. Everyone just looks at him funny as we see Ryan actually exiting the house, so we know that it wasn't him for real. He runs off as Ryan runs after him. They catch up to each other as Ryan asks if he has seen it too. Naim asking Ryan to stay away from him. And then we get Izzy pretty much comes out and says, "I know what's going on. Follow me." Sure. So she knows what's going on.
No problem. Yeah.
Sure.
We never talked before, but yeah, I'll go ahead and follow you.
Yeah. But she pretty much fills him in on what the healer actually is and what he's actually doing, and that he's done this before.
She gives a good like description of lore drop here.
Yeah, this is plot points for us to understand what are the rules, what is happening. Yeah. This is the whole thing.
But I'm curious, how does she know so much?
I guess the dad's the pastor, so they
maybe that's where also, I'm kind of like rationalizing.
She knows what happened before with the other girl, and that's kind of pretty much what she's talking about. It's like this has happened to the girl at the pool, essentially. So we know that she was friends with the girl who passed. But she pretty much explains that her brother saw it as well, that she didn't believe him.
Right.
She explains that Jessica is the other victim at the hospital. That she's there safe because it only comes after you when you're alone. Cool. Rule number 1.
Great.
Don't be alone. Cool.
Yep.
Done. The pastor then comes into the room asking his daughter to leave, as she does. They look at each other and decide to find out more and try to find where Jessica is and that the hospital isn't that far away. They go to a bus where they begin to go on the journey where the hospital is, where Jessica is staying. They sit in silence again as Naim is reading about the girl who died by the pool on his phone. They make it to the hospital and walk down the hallways. They find her just randomly sitting in the lobby in a chair, as she has a rubber band around her wrist, like she keeps slingshotting and slapping it on her skin, and it's leaving a bunch of marks.
This is fucking rough, dude. Like, god damn. Jesus Christ.
They begin to ask her about the deliverance healer, and she's like, "It's me, Jessica." She says that they should stay away from him, and they pretty much said, "Well, that's a little too late. He got us already with the deliverance healer.
He got us. We've been caught. So we're trying to do what you're doing, Jessica. So any room in this hospital?"
Let's talk outside. As they pretty much go outside, talking about what has happened, explains that it takes the look of who you love the most. They ask if the girl saw her when she died. Perfectly acceptable. She is offended by that. It's like, why would you even bring that up? They begin to say, "I'm sorry, didn't mean it that way." As she continues talking about what's happening and the rules and the regulations of what this entity is. I don't know why, and please, I would love to hear your opinion on this. I don't know why, but a ton of people start coming at her for no reason because she's just hanging outside talking to them and begin to take her away.
Well, isn't she in a mental
No, she's just at the hospital because it's 24/7. There's people around. She's in the lobby sitting in a chair.
Well,
I don't know why they took her away, to be honest. I don't know why they did that. Yeah, I don't know. But I'm just like, okay, sure.
Yeah, I thought it was a mental institution. Yeah, so that's why I was like, oh, okay.
No, no one's taking care of her. She's just like, in the lobby in a chair.
Fascinating.
Hey, now she probably is in one. So okay.
Yeah.
But she pretty much begins screaming as they should stay away from each other, and that they only are making it worse as she's taken away. They get back to the bus stop as we see everyone get on except for Naim. He doesn't make it into the door on time as it slams shut. He then hears something in the distance and sees Ryan there, but he knows that it's not Ryan because Ryan's inside the bus. He's just alone outside. It fucking jump scares me for the second time watching this movie as he comes around the bus coming towards him, but the door opens perfectly on time for him to hop on the bus. Oh my God.
I wanted that scene to just be a little bit longer. Because, like, that tension right there would have been great. Like, if the bus driver... First of all, what the fuck is this bus driver doing? Like, what is it? Like,
open the fucking door. He took his sweet time.
Yeah, it's just like, open the fucking door. But, like, it would have been nice to have, like, the bus starting to go or something like that, and he has to kind of try to chase after the bus.
Right.
But then you have this fucking thing that is also chasing after you. Like, that just would have been... I wanted this scene to just be a little bit longer.
No, that's
just wanted
fair.
that tension to last
It was a solid scare, too. I was just like,
it was a great scare.
Forgot about it.
Great scare.
Great transition of him, looking back, and then he's around the corner. I was like, damn.
Exactly. Like, and you know, I like that we didn't go too supernatural with this. Like, you probably remember the trailer Other Mommy.
Yeah.
Like when Jessica Chastain is underneath the table.
Yeah.
I'm glad we didn't go that route. Like of Smile or something like that. Like, or something to where it's not too over the top. It's just enough for it to be like, oh, okay. You know, this is what it is. Another thing I would also like to mention, a lot of people comparing this to like It Follows. No one compares Smile to It Follows when that's literally pretty much the same thing as well. So
that's fair. I compare this to Terminator 2 because goddamn, this fucking entity keeps going. They sit at the very back of the bus as now they are safe. Naim says that he will go away to protect them. Ryan says no and grabs his hand. He tells him to not go and that it's pretty much all his fault. And I was like, it's not his fault, but it's... Yeah.
I mean, it kind of
yes and no. Both parties are at fault.
Yeah. But at the same time, Naim is the one who was a fucking tattletale, so...
Exactly. He's the problem.
Just like, oh, I'm so jealous you're kissing Hunter. Come on, man. I'm going to tell Hunter's daddy. Yeah. Come on, Naim. Come on.
But you know what?
That was such a bitch-ass move, dude. That pissed me off so bad. Yeah. Oh, my God. Such a bitch-ass move. But anyway.
Hey, they're back together. Ryan and Naim begin to kiss
I forgive you.
As things get a little bit more heavier, more intimacy continues as they kiss more and more, and Ryan begins to unbuckle Naim's pants to give him a hand job. I even put here, it's all this is happening on a public bus.
Yep.
Where they could get caught, showing that they can easily get in trouble, but they do it anyways, that they are not scared in this moment, that they just are there to pleasure each other, and Naim finishes as they embrace each other, and you can tell that they really like each other, and this is 100%. Their first honest moment being vulnerable in a public setting with each other, and Naim pushes him off as they laugh about it together, and then we go to the next day at school.
This was great. This was great because you had that correlation, and just want to also shout out Joe Bird's and Stacy Clausen's like chemistry. Very great
Flawless.
Chemistry from both of them. Just fantastic chemistry from those two. You know, in this particular scene, this is just such a beautiful callback to where Naim is like, you don't want to be seen in public with me, to like, all right, dude, I'm gonna give you a hand job in public then. Like, you know, like this is just so, this
double
is
down,
such
I guess.
I know, for real. It's just such a beautiful way to kind of like showcase that vulnerability that he once had is now being shed a little bit, and it's just like accepting it accepting like who he is as a person, and I both of them, and I think that's just beautiful.
Yeah, it's a very sweet moment. At school, Naim walks down the hall as he runs into Ryan going the opposite direction as he quickly stops, but then Ryan goes directly to the bathroom by himself. Breaking rule number 1.
But he like also like smirks at Naim, like almost as if like you coming, like okay,
fair,
yeah.
Naim stays there for a hot minute until the bell rings as he begins to walk away. But then Ryan comes out of the bathroom yelling as we see him with a ripped off ear just bleeding there on the ground. He just got attacked. Not even put here just because he was alone. Back at the church, they sit there in silence as the woman is talking to the pastor about knowing how much he misses Hunter, and it's his wife essentially. And the pastor looks completely broken as he stares down Naim. And it looks like he's pretty much blaming him for telling him about Hunter causing all of this to happen. The pastor is completely lost it at this point, essentially.
Yeah, he's completely gone at this point. One thing I wanna like backtrack a little bit on is the aspect of like when Ryan goes into the bathroom, like, you know, the severing of his ear and stuff like that. Like, I think that's from the line in Leviticus where it's cut off from among his people is the line from Leviticus. And I picture them doing this as a way of showcasing this more as obviously like a body horror situation. But I feel that has that connotation there. And I had to look it up just to like ensure I was getting the passage correct. It also puts here is that it's a severing of a covenant penalty. So it's initially, you know, he left a group of people and therefore he severed himself from these people and he was cut for it. He was punished almost for doing something like this as well. And just really super fascinating. Super fascinating. Yeah. I could be wrong on all this, but like it feels that's what it feels like.
To it. Yeah.
I mean, I'm basing this all from Leviticus itself. So, like, you know, the fucking dude probably wrote this entire movie by reading Leviticus. I don't know. So,
fair. Sprinkle some
know.
Leviticus in there. Yeah.
Exactly. So, there you go. But I just find that to be fascinating as well.
Ryan and Naim are talking about that they shouldn't be near each other. They're pretty much saying, like, I love you so much. We shouldn't be together. We want to protect you. Ryan pretty much agrees for a small moment as he begins to walk away disappointed, but then he comes back and says that he doesn't want him leaving town and that won't change anything, that the entity will just change into a different person. I love this moment, by the way. We'll talk about it soon. That if he's going to live with this thing, he doesn't want it to look like anyone else but him. And I even put here, a great moment.
Aww.
If I'm going to be hunted by a killer, I want it to look like you.
I want it to be you. I want you to be my killer.
Stab me, baby.
This was so cute, man. This is so cute. I love this moment between them for sure.
I think this is the most romantic movie of this year so far that I've seen, easily. Cut to them driving with the sister of Hunter, bringing them somewhere as she knows where the deliverance healer is. Says that they will go see the deliverance healer and they will make it to this very isolated location as they begin to park. Naim is asking where is he, but there is a gang of kids arriving to beat them up, or worse. She explains that her dad left and he told her that she didn't do anything wrong, but she constantly blames Naim for telling her parents about it all and causing all of this to happen.
This is her brother. I get it.
Yeah, I understand where she's coming from, but fuck all of this.
Yeah, this was crazy. This was crazy. I did think that this moment would have been a little bit more brutal
if one of them died.
No, not if one of them would die, but like if one of them left with more scratches and bruises, I guess, because like they look like they was getting. He was hitting him with a fucking stick, like
not even that, like a fucking block of wood.
Yeah, like it was crazy, and it was just like this dude came up with just like he just got hurt on his chin, like, like that was it. That's all we're getting from that. I was like, all right, I guess, because I was thinking, I was just like. And this is no quarrel with this director here, with Adrian. I was just thinking about it, and I was just like, if this would have been done by like the Philippou brothers, for example, I felt like this scene would have been way more brutal. a little bit longer, a little bit more unsettling in terms of the sheer brutality of like this setup that Izzy did. Yeah.
Yeah. As soon as she talks about Naim telling her parents about it all, Ryan then figures out that he's the one that spoiled everything essentially by telling the parents of the pastor, of Hunter, and kind of making this whole curse happen essentially. Ryan asks what she's talking about as the kids get out of the car. They then begin to attack Ryan, hitting him with a fucking huge plywood essentially as they're beginning to get closer to Naim, but hitting Ryan so hard that he was able to get out of the way at some point. He heads towards the car, grabs the keys, fucking starts the car, almost
That's my father's car!
in the background. That's my dad's car.
I'm like,
Don't
bitch, fuck you. You just set me up to get my ass beat. Fuck you and your dad. Like, this is my car now.
Good for him using it as a fucking weapon at this point. Almost hitting the kids.
Yeah, he clipped one of them.
He clipped one of them. But stopping to get Naim still, even though he fucked everything up.
Yeah, even though Naim was the one who caused pretty much all of this.
They nearly escape death. But then we get more silence and shots of the road as they continue driving down.
And I love how Naim is looking at him like nervous, just like fuck, I know I fucked up.
Well, he's looking at him, disheartened, and he's tearing up. He's crying. When they arrive to Naim's house, he tries to apologize, and Ryan wants nothing to do with him and tells him just to get out of the car. He then says, if there's someone that looks like me, it's not going to be him. That it would never be him, implying that he would never want to see him ever again. He gets out of the car, and Ryan drives off. Naim just stands there, defeated for a little bit as he begins to tear up even more. Cut to Ryan by a tree and Naim trying to go to sleep. And this is where it kind of cuts back and forth between like daytime, nighttime. The next day, we see flashes of what could have been and the horrors of what happened. And Naim wakes up from the nightmare. But it's not just a nightmare, it's a fucking double nightmare because we get jump scared twice.
And that got me for sure.
It got me so bad.
And he did exactly what I would have done. I'm like, grab my shit, I'm going to my mama's room. Fuck this. Bullshit.
But essentially, yeah, he wakes up from the horrors of what has happened, and we get another jump scare of Ryan popping out of nowhere with a bloody ear, and he wakes up again. He decides to sleep on the floor of his mom's bedroom. As he gets up the next day in a panic, not knowing where she is, she's there, so he's good. He's fine. She was just in a different room. He says that he can't be left alone. He tries to explain what's happening and that it looks like Ryan. Says that no one can see it as well. His mom ignores him and what he has to say and explains what he should be feeling instead of what he's actually feeling, and that he's not really him at this moment. She explains to not lie to her as she begins to leave. Damn, this mom sucks.
Yeah, dude, she's terrible.
She's horrible.
She's fucking terrible, dude. Like in like Levitical terms. She very much understands that like she's the one bringing the sin offering to, you know, the deliverer, right? The healer. And for her to do this, it's almost as if like she's consistently keeping her son on this altar of like distance. And she's fucking horrible. Like she's such a shitty mom. She doesn't want to deal with him
at all. It's like, just be a normal person, quote unquote. It's like, just be you. And it's like, this is me, mom. Fuck you for not accepting me.
Yeah, like, come on.
Yeah. But yeah, as he heads to school, there's more silence. Not a peep. And I even put here, this is where I really started paying attention. It's like, the score of this movie is fantastic, by the way. Super subtle, but super, like, gorgeous. Gives you all the emotions. After school, he heads by a path and sees Ryan. Pretty much just like in the middle of nowhere by a tree, kind of like messing around. He slowly walks towards him, but we know this ain't him.
He doesn't.
He questions it. He says it for a little bit.
He questions it, but it's just like, dude, always like, don't question it. Just fucking assume.
Yeah.
It's just fucking assume, dude. You're by yourself. Look around first. If you see no one else around, assume that is not Ryan.
Right.
Just make that assumption. Like, I feel like that to me.
You want validation? Pick another person to go with you, and it's like, oh, he's still here. Perfect. You're him,
dude. If I would have known that as the rule, I would have been like,
system.
Lars, shouldn't you be watching the kids?
Oh, don't worry, I have them on the body system.
Body system?
Yeah, have a look. Body! Body! Body!
Buddy.
buddy system, and on top of that, like if I was alone, I would be like, yeah, that shit wouldn't work on me. Like, I'm just saying, like, that wouldn't work on me. Like, knowing the rules of, like, oh, if you're around people, then therefore I'm just like, I don't want to fucking talk to you unless I'm around someone. So get away from me.
She's like, I'm going to go to a hospital. There's always people around.
Exactly. Fair she's like, people are always around here. I would.
That was a smart move. I was just like, fuck, it's brilliant.
Something that's open 24 hours.
Yeah.
Like, and they can't turn you away. So, it's just like, there you go. And if you hurt yourself, you get a free meal. Like, you can live there for any shit. I'm sure they would care, but like, you can live there. Like,
yeah. Naim begins to realize what's happening and begins to run away as Ryan begins to trail behind him. Naim stops for a bit and looks around to see if Ryan's around, but he doesn't look behind him as we see fucking Ryan the entity fucking doing a Michael Myers follow thing.
It was great.
Which was cool. It was really cool just to see him in the distance in the background. Pretty much.
Yeah.
Very like
this
Halloween.
Was great. Love it.
Naim quickly makes it home. We cut to a full moon as he's looking at the photos of the photo booth. And that's when he hears something. And he begins to walk down the hall into the kitchen and doesn't really see anything else. But Naim makes it to the kitchen as he goes to the sink. And then he turns on the light from outside to see that Ryan is outside the window. He freaks out a bit as he calls for his mom. As he turns back, Ryan disappears. Looking at the door handle of the front door where the camera pans, the door rattles as someone is trying to get in. Naim gets closer as we see the doorknob move, so he heads to the back door, but Ryan is already there. But hey, the screen door is locked as Ryan convinces that it is him. Cool, okay. That this is what people want, for them to be scared of each other. He says that he is scared of him. He says, no, I've seen you scared. The snake with the frog in its mouth. He says, fuck you, you were scared too.
Stop fucking fraternizing with this goddamn entity. Close the goddamn door.
I do like the lines that they're saying.
No, this is great. This is definitely great, but it's just like, come on.
He says sorry that he told on him and Hunter, that he was scared about how he felt about him. Ryan then says he was never scared of the snake. So this kind of implies that Ryan was never scared of who he was. He embraced it. He's like, yeah, I'll make out with you and Hunter. It's like, I know who I am as a person. I was like, you were scared, but I never was. I always liked you, and I will always show that. But ideally, he was.
But he also did have that internalized like aspect of where he didn't want to be seen.
And we see
it
at school, exactly, 100%. They hold their hands against the screen door as they rest each other's head on each other through the screen as well.
Oh, this shit scared the fucking shit out of me. I knew this was coming, but this got me.
Don't kiss through the screen. That'd be nasty, LOL.
Yeah, that's gross.
But Ryan quickly attacks, throwing his arms through the screen door. And I even put here, I knew it. I fucking knew it. Mm-hmm. As we see him with little chunks of his skin staying on the screen door and a bunch of great gore effects.
This was awesome. I was like, damn, how sharp is this screen door?
Right.
I've walked through screen doors before, and I was like, that's never happened to me. Like,
depends on the material. There's some like there's some like really metal like screen doors.
Yeah, that's what I assumed. Like this had to have been like a more metallic
robust
type of screen door, because like the ones I've had, they're very cloth like.
Yeah. He barely escapes as he gets fallen back as he pulls his arm out. I even put here, it's like the gore looks great in this movie. The tear of the ear and everything.
Almost Evil Dead like, because his eye also has changed now. Like his eye's a lot more bloodshot. So good. So good.
He quickly runs down the hall as he blocks the front door, but it don't matter. He fucking went through the screen door anyways. So he tries to climb out of a window from the bathroom, but quickly gets grabbed by Ryan and gets smashed around all over the bathroom. And I even put here super strong entity. This is where we see crazy. It like overpowered. This is where we kind of see it's like extra human strength on here as well.
Yeah.
He begins to try to choke him and pins him up against the wall, putting his entire hand and forearm down his throat. Everybody here trying anything at all.
So good.
This is phenomenal. I don't even know how they did it, but it looks realistic.
It looks great. This looks so good. This looks great. And this also has a lot of like sexual connotations behind it as well, right? Like with the sticking its hand down his throat initially, you know, so like there's a lot of like sexual innuendos here as well that I find to be very interesting.
Absolutely. I mean, this is very graphic. And like I said, this movie is a very slow burn, but when the fucking action happens, it's fucking great.
This whole third act is incredible.
And it's true. Yeah. Naim tries to grab anything that's in his reach, starting with a nail filer stabbing him through the cheek. Doesn't stop him.
Nothing's happening.
Finds some little makeup scissors and throws it right into his eye. But what he's able to grab is a lighter. As he lights it, a flame begins to come out, and the entity reacts with fear, letting him go. He drops him to the ground as he realizes what the flame had did to him and runs out into the streets. Full sprint, no looking back, he heads straight to a store and runs in.
Hell yeah.
How late is it? Because there's a super long line before the store closes.
I know, yeah. I think I would say like if I could throw a time on it, probably like 9 p.m. or something like that. Like close to 10. Yeah, close to 10 or something. It doesn't feel like it's like crazy late, but
right. Which is funny because he was asleep and then he woke up from the nightmare and then all of this stuff. Actually, no, that happened later.
No, that was before.
JK. Yeah. He quickly tells everyone, like, hey, I know you're closing in 10 minutes. Can I stay here? You can close up the shop as long as someone's with me. Can anyone stay with me? Please. Cut to the last car leaving the store.
She was like, I'm not doing that. The fuck? Like, I don't know you.
And it was funny, too, because he's technically covered in blood. She says no. And she's like, actually, we're closing in 9 minutes. So a minute has passed. So she just emphasized, like, we're closing in 10 minutes. Yeah, no, we close in 9 minutes.
Yeah. So get out of here.
Yeah, but no one stayed. Get out of there, they did. We then see a light post as he looks around and there's no Ryan in sight. He begins getting scared by a dog barking, but then he quickly finds a bike and begins to ride to the mill. He falls off the bike though and gets a little hurt as he needs to keep going, so he keeps going.
I thought this was so funny. I was like, what happened?
Because, like, that's realistic in a way. It's like, that shit would happen, I guess. Like, damn. It's like,
yeah, it definitely is. But it's just in that moment, I was just like, what the fuck? You was jamming on that bike. What happened?
I'm going to say the same pun I did last week. Maybe the bike was too tired to keep going. Okay. But he does begin to see Ryan in the distance as they look at each other and like... This looks like the Spider-Man meme where they look at each other like, yeah, real? No, I don't know.
Are you who you say you are? Like, you're real, right?
I don't know why I found that
like
funny.
The entity's gonna be like, no, I'm not.
He's
surprise!
Like, it's me. But he picks up a fucking huge ass boulder and starts throwing it at him. It's like, okay, you're not the Ryan I know. But yeah, he picks up a massive rock and chucks it at him.
Oh yeah, he chucks that shit.
Misses him, thank God, because it's huge.
Goes back to the earlier scene when they're first at the mill as well, destroying property and all that stuff. Pretty great.
They get to the mill as he climbs up and falls down as Ryan is quickly right behind him and begins to grab him and pin him to the ground. He tries to get the lighter, but he can't. But Ryan then picks up the heavy pipe from earlier, the one that he could not pick up at all, with
one hand.
With ease, picking this huge thing up and tries to hit him with it.
Fucking holds it up over his head and is about to fucking smash down on him. Goddamn.
He begins to choke him. He then tries again to grab the pipe as Naim grabs his face and stops him for a moment as he's able to get the lighter and turn it on. The entity freaks out as he's able to get up and begin to light the place on fire. Ryan begins to wail at the fire as Naim climbs back out and escapes. The vent open in the bottom, Ryan goes out to it and calls out Naim's name out and says, "It's me." He stays there with tears in his eyes. It's Brittany, bitch. He says that this is okay, that this is what it wanted, that it wanted them to be scared. Not falling for it, he quickly closes the vent as we hear screams being heard.
The screams are great coming from this
terrifying.
Thing, it's like, like it's crazy. It's like, what is this thing? Yeah. Fucking
are you down with the sickness?
We're all a little disturbed here.
Yeah, there we go. But the next day, Naim is walking back to Ryan's house as he is panicking if he made the right decision. So he feels like he's second guessing himself a little bit. It's like, was that the real person? Which would have been a very dark ending if it ended up him burning his loved one.
When that happened, I was just like, they're not going to go there. They're not going to go there. Yeah. That would have been amazing if they would have gone there, though. Honestly,
I think so, but I would also hate it too.
I would have also hated that as well at the same time. But like, but it would have been amazing because it would have been completely unexpected. Yeah, and I think that would have been something I would have been into because of like, holy shit.
Yeah,
didn't see that coming.
Also, it's like, damn, they won, and I'm heartbroken because of that. It's
exactly.
Like, yeah, they made us fear each other enough where we destroyed each other essentially.
Yep, exactly.
But I'm happy for the happy ending.
Me too.
But we do have a full-on search party, kind of still making us as the viewer kind of believe and second guess ourselves. Like, did he burn the right person? He's there with his mom as she comforts him and says that he probably just ran away. He tries to explain it all to his mom again, but says that this thing can't be undone. And that's what they told her. So she knows that this
she already fucking knew it.
Is never going to stop.
Jesus Christ, man.
And I even put here, it's like, she knew and she wanted to keep herself safe because of all of this. He says that he's terrified. And she says she knows. And that they need fear. And that's how they survive in this world.
What
the fuck,
lady? What the fuck are you talking about?
Who told you this?
Like you're so fucking deep into the pipeline of these people that like you are so ready to just
fear is necessary for survival.
What? Okay. She's like, how do you think we got here? I was scared. After my husband died. Yeah, so like, how do you think we got here? Out of fear. So like, it was just this whole aspect is so interesting to me, and I think it is a great way for us to finally give us Naim's full autonomy, where he is no longer dependent on his mom because he's like, I can't trust you.
I can't be with you. It's like I can't be around you.
I cannot be around you, and
I can't be me around you.
Interesting.
Yeah, this is his validation. It's like, this is not going to work out.
Yeah, exactly. It's almost a revelation, right? Like it's almost a revelation where they give us this aspect of like the mom being almost the true villain here, where she knew all this time and she's just fully complicit in it. She's just complicit in how they get down in this neighborhood or this city, whatever, this town, and it's fucking crazy.
It is.
On the surface, like, you know, perfect examples in the funeral, right? Like she's acting like as if nothing ever happened. She's
it's like, hey, this is her favorite. Took her olives off. Yeah, like I know you. You like this food. Right. You don't like olives.
And at the same time, she's being enforced by the community itself, right? To be complicit in this, and it's goddamn, it's great because of the way us as audience members didn't expect that to really happen. Like we knew that she was something was off with her, but I didn't expect her to be like, oh yeah, no, I already knew all that shit. I already knew that, like, yeah, this is never going to end for you and you're going to suffer for the rest of your life. But it almost as if she doesn't know that this thing can kill him. Like, that's what it felt like. But
I feel like she doesn't care. She doesn't even care.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
it's
because just like it's either that or she doesn't give a shit.
He even asks right now. The next thing he says, he asks her what they told her. She just says, "Come on, it's getting cold." She doesn't even want to answer his questions anymore. It's like,
and
it's past this.
Also another callback as well to when they first start and it was cold. I felt cold. Right. Man, I wonder if they know how it works, will the entity come around if that person already knows how it works? And it's just like, well, this person already understands, therefore I get to move freely no matter if you're with this person or not. So
right.
That would be interesting. Maybe. But yeah, the movie doesn't tell us that, so I obviously made that up. So
that's
there you go.
You can hear the chatters in the background that they have not found anybody inside the mill. They drive down the road as they stop at a gas station. As the mom returns from the store, Naim is now gone. He's run off. I would put here, good for you, dude. She screams his name over and over again, but no one ever answers back. Cut to him walking with a purpose to this bus stop as we see that Ryan is there. Is it him? Maybe. But then we see the bus actually arrive and they see each other as a bus unloads people. So people begin to get off, so they are not alone, so it is real. Naim then walks up to him and they can't believe it. But again, in silence, they don't say anything. Ryan asks if it's really him. They don't say anything again. Silence. As Ryan sighs as they sit next to each other on the bus, as they share a headphone set listening to some music, as he looks at him, Ryan says what? He just responds with, "Hey," as they smile. The camera slowly pans outside of the window as we see the entity looking like Ryan as Naim turns back and lays his head on Ryan's head. And credits.
Man.
Leviticus.
It's great. Oh man, what a fucking movie, dude!
What a great movie!
Just such a good.
It's a powerful story. I like it a lot. Great characters, really great story, man. Great themes.
It really is. They're also they're listening to music together as well here, and they're listening to Frank Ocean's "Self Control" from Blonde, which I also thought was just really really cool. Just such a fitting sound. Yeah, it just works so well. I do have some movie facts. When directed on how to act as the entity version of Ryan, Stacy Clausen came up with the idea of entity Ryan's movements when fire injures it. Pretty cool. I love when actors feel compelled to do things like that. I think that's really really fun.
It's like, I think this character will do this. Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, no, you're probably right. Give it a shot. The film draws its central horror concept from real-world accounts of conversion therapy practices across multiple cultures globally, not just Western or Christian contexts, which director Adrian Chiarella had researched extensively before writing this movie's screenplay. And I think that's felt throughout the entire film. Yeah. It's just so scary. Could probably get scarier as well. It reminds me of that movie. I forgot what it was called, but it was a documentary. I think it was like God Camp or something like that, or Camp God or something. It was with these kids, like children being forced to like go to this like Christian camp. It was really really unsettling.
Yeah.
But before filming began, director Adrian Chiarella sent lead actors Joe and Stacy into a shopping mall with instructions to stay in character throughout, telling them the public would serve as their audience. The exercise was immediately tested when a member of the public recognized Bird from his previous role and talked to me. However, Bird maintained character throughout the encounter. I wonder how that went. Yeah, I wonder how that went. Yeah. The director's engagement with horror began in childhood, when he would sneak downstairs in the middle of the night to watch films like Nightmare on Elm Street and Halloween. He credits growing older with helping him understand that horror monsters function as representations of real-world trauma. Hell yeah. Very true. Yeah. According to the director, it was Nicholas Hope's idea for the Deliverance Healer to have tattoos, including the numbers for the Leviticus verse pertaining to homosexuality. Interesting enough, another Leviticus verse, 19:28, expressly forbids tattoos. Very fascinating. We'll go ahead and read one more here. It's not that many, so we'll read one more here. The clash between nature and human-made environments was intentionally thematic device.
I knew it. I was like, there has to be some type of symbolism.
Yeah, designed to elicit the question of whether beliefs and indicts originate from the universe or from human invention. Nature versus nurture. But anyway, holy shit.
We're so smart.
We got brains in here, man. We got brains. That was such a fun movie, man. Penile glands.
There you go.
If you know, goddamn, that is a fucking throwback. Barbara listened to that episode, and I was so embarrassed when she told me that.
I was like, you're welcome.
I was like, all right, yeah. Shout out to you, Barbara. We love you. But, man, what a goddamn flick. We want to definitely keep this conversation going on Leviticus. If you have not seen Leviticus just yet, sorry that we spoiled everything for you, but you kind of should have known that before you listened to it. So, yeah. But if you want to keep this conversation going, as we would like to keep this conversation going, you can do so by heading over to Spotify in the comments over there, in YouTube in the comments over there, or in Discord over yonders. No comments there. It's just a place to voice your opinions. Or lastly, you can head over to Patreon and voice your opinions over there as well. So many places for you to keep that conversation going with us. We would love to hear from you and love to talk more about Leviticus because obviously we fucking love this movie. So we can definitely do that right about there. But the next film that we're going to cover is not announced yet because they're still currently voting on it. Our Ghoulish Knights are going to select the next film for us. Very excited for them to choose whatever they choose. It's out of The Clove Hitch Killer versus Fear Street 1994. Very excited to see what is going to win from this poll. So we'll see. We shall see. Find out next time here on Dragon Ball Z. But this was Nightlight, a horror movie podcast. I was one of your hosts, Prince, also known as Head Knight. Alongside me, we had Freddie.
Always keeping things spooky.
Always and forever. Also, thank you so much, Freddie, for taking the reins this week. Really, really appreciate it. With your help, we can reach more Ghoulish Nights with your recommendation for the show. If your podcast app allows you to rate the show, consider us give us a 5-star rating, as it honestly does help us out a ton. For extra horror-related content, head over to patreon.com/nightlightpod. That's night with a what? Got a little bit of echo in that one. And remember, everybody, don't forget your nightlight. Boop.